There's another video I stumbled across. Something which I'm going to have to add a little bit because there's a couple of things. This is on Kent Carnival's channel. A couple of things he doesn't know about. But I'll play it first, the first couple of minutes, and you'll know exactly why, or the whole attitude of these people. The whole attitude just makes your skin crawl.
It's one of the worst things you can eat, and it's almost impossible to avoid. If you eat any processed food...
Sorry, I'm having to laugh.
This is about seed oils, of course, as it says in the video there.
If you're going to eat processed foods, you're going to be eating seed oils, and he advocates for replacing seed oils with beef tallow, which is in the UK is referred to as dripping, which is...
What's funny? Am I missing something?
There is absolutely no evidence that is credible evidence when interpreted in the correct way to show seed oils are harmful.
You've had your time with the seed oils are so healthy. We've had enough of the mainstream narrative. Seed oils are great.
There's a big debate raging at the moment about seed oils. RFK Jr. say recently, seed oils are one of the most unhealthy ingredients that we have in foods, and the reason they're in foods is because they're heavily subsidized. They're very cheap, but they are associated with all kinds of very serious illnesses, including body-wide inflammation.
What's the debate? I don't get it. Why are we still debating this?
Which affects all of our health. It's one of the worst things you can eat, and it's almost impossible to avoid. If you eat any processed food...
Sorry, I'm having to laugh. This is like Nutribolics beyond Nutribolics, but please...
He said if you eat any processed foods, you're going to be eating seed oils.
She finds it funny.
They do find it funny, don't they? And I think genuinely funny, which is, disgusting behaviour in itself anyway. But anyway, what Kent doesn't know is who Professor Sarah Berry works for. Very easy information to find, because like everything, they just hide this information in plain sight because they think they're so safe, and so many people don't know what's going on, and they're right, that they can just hide the truth in plain sight. Still believing that there's many more sheep to keep in the flock. Zoe are absolute mainstream, aka filth. But we look at Sarah Berry. Who does she work for mostly? King's College London. Massive, massive red flag right there. King's College London. The place which is well known for receiving millions of Qatari money, red flag right there, and go around indoctrinating people like teachers and civil servants with this superior woke commie liberal equality of outcome ideologies like critical race theory, trans ideology. The latest one I think is trying to make paedophilia people who are victims who should be protected. It's like, what? And all the other, woke redefining of words like positive discrimination and social justice and all that jingo crap. So why does Professor Sarah Berry want to promote seed oils and demonise truth-sayers like Kent, or myself, for instance, who spend hours online preaching that I now have to do yet again? Because the stuff that makes people sick, stupid and weak is the stuff that seed oils are based on. Plants. Along with the agriculture industry mass producing the seed oils, this stuff in factories for huge profits, which these seed oils and the factories, the factories closely resemble oil refineries more than they do industrial kitchens. And like industrial kitchens sounds appetising anyway. And then, of course, the subsequent big pharma industry then has to produce the drugs to manage the symptoms of the illnesses the seed oils are creating with the help of people like Sarah Berry. So Sarah Berry, Sarah is also the lead nutritionist on the PREDICT program. Again, took seconds to find. The PREDICT program, the US funded virus research program, so she's involved in that as well. And if you go on this is just Wikipedia. look down at Predict funding. So Predict have operated on 5-year funding cycles, receiving about $200 million in the course of in a decade operation, something that was cancelled by the Trump administration in 2020, which I'm sure sent them mad. So there's red flags everywhere with these people, red flag after red flag after red flag. So this is probably what Kent isn't aware of. If you just follow the money, and you'll find the same old trail of King's College London, Imperial College London, Qatari money, the people that are then going into schools, or indoctrinated, and then going into schools to indoctrinate kids and basically ruin all of society. But at the same time, they're promoting these absolutely I call them cancerous oils, but they're, probably, but also extremely harmful to the human biology. These seed oils, which, as I say now, RFK Jr. and Trump have teamed up to actually get out of US foods, and they sit there, they're laughing about it.